Hey everybody, I have a layout in my Life Crafted album to share with you today for a Wild Whisper. This album is all of the books that I have read and will be reading in 2021, and I want to document each of them, when I started them, when I finished them, and how many stars they got. So I have worked in this book a couple of times. I worked on it with my members live one day. We worked on it with the when I was on the Craftcast with Corin Wiskman, I did a layout with it in this book as well. So there's a couple of layouts that are finished in this book, but we're going to do another one today. So I am working with Wild Whispers, a One More Chapter collection. I am going through what I have of this kit. So I have a lot of this collection. It's one of my absolute all-time favorite Wild Whisper collections. I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to choose some of the more colorful elements out of the product line because I have a very kind of colorful book cover to a scrapbook today. I'm still going to end up grabbing more supplies than I need, but that's okay. I am using one of the pages from the album as a guide, so I know where I need to cut this paper. And I'm going to use this as my background. So the book that I am going to be documenting today was the first book I read in 2021, and it was just a cozy mystery. It's called A Puzzle Lady Mystery, and my grandmother used to read them, and whenever she would finish them, she would pass them on to me. And they're nice, quick reads. They're also hilarious. Like the woman in the stories, the woman that is called the Puzzle Lady and solves the mysteries, she's hilarious. So these are going to be what the two sides of my layout look like. So I have this pencil paper, which is going to be in a Life Crafted album page protector. And then the other one is a 3x8 page that I created myself and punched the holes in. So there's lots of ways that you can create and fill up this album. You can work inside page protectors and inside pockets, or you can work completely outside the page protectors and outside the pockets. I like to do, so far as I have been working with this, I like to do a little bit of both. So I've done some that are in pockets, some that are out of pockets. I know this is the first process video I've done with this particular size album, and I have been really liking this album. I have two of them actually, and I follow Citrus Twist on Instagram because sometimes they'll do big sales on the nearly perfectly imperfect albums, so the ones that might be just a little bit not manufactured 100% perfectly. Honestly though, I've gotten two of these albums and I haven't noticed anything wrong with them, so I'm not quite sure what the problem was with them, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go through all of these die cuts and decide which ones I want to put onto my two pages. I am going for all of like the pencil and pen type of embellishments, simply because this book is about a woman who, well, it's actually her niece that does the crossword puzzles, but it's about crossword puzzles, and there's usually a crossword puzzle in there. And what do you use to solve crossword puzzles? Why, you need a pen or a pencil, of course. So I decided I really want this larger set of books. I've matted my photo with the other half of this 4x6 card, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fussy cut out this larger stack of books and use it on the opposite page. For this particular spread, I'm going to go ahead and use the die cut piece for the number of stars that I gave this book. And then I'm going to fill the stars in with this stamp. So this collection has the best stamp set. I think if you just wanted to keep your cost to a minimum, you could just order this stamp set and you would have a fabulous set of stamps for all of your book reading, documenting desires. You know how I feel about the extra white on a lot of die cuts. I'm going to trim all of the die cuts on this particular spread, and then I'm going to use that little label sticker to stamp the day I started this book and the day that I finished it. And I use Goodreads. I use the app Goodreads to keep track of how many books I read in a year and how many books I liked, and I also use it to go ahead and I go back into the app so I can stamp the date I started and the day I finished a book. I'm really good about keeping up with that, and within the app, as soon as I finish a book, I go ahead and definitely mark it as being read. So I use that as a really great kind of resource. I am just going to go ahead and also trim off the edges of these hearts. And by hearts, I mean stars. The little filler stamps that come in the stamp set fit both the die cuts and the stamp that says star review. So that worked out really good. I grabbed some Catherine Puller Rockin' Red sequin to put my star review on this. Took a look at it and decided that it was done. So super simple, but effective and fun. Do you keep a book journal or a scrapbook or a notebook to document the books that you read during the course of a year? If you do, leave me a comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.